Hier auf der PDAC 2012 in Toronto ist jetzt bei mir Joanne von Candente Copper Corporation. What is the principal focus of the company?
We're focused on the Cañariaco Norte project, actually the Cañariaco property itself, but Cañariaco Norte is the deposit we've drilled off already, and we're in feasibility on that project. So, and then we have two other smaller, or I should say, potential porphyries on the same property.
Okay.
But it's Cañariaco property is our focus.
What is the copper market like today in general?
Well, we look at long-term because this is going to be a long-term mine, and we think long-term it's very strong.
Okay.
There's a lot of countries, everybody always talks about China and India, but if you look at Peru, Brazil, Colombia, lots of South America is doing exactly what China is doing, and that is people are coming from not having a refrigerator and a car and a computer to having that. So lots of middle classes, so lots of developing countries in the world.
Yeah.
So needing copper.
Would you give us a sense of the history of management?
I started the company, I'm a geologist, exploration geologist. I was in Peru from 94 to 97 working for other Canadian and Peruvian companies. And I started Candente with Freddie Wonke, a Peruvian geologist, also very good explorationist, was part of the P Arena discovery, named it after his daughter. We started the company together, but as the company has grown and the Cañariaco project has gone into engineering phases, now, as I say, feasibility, we have having joined us our engineers and mine builders. So it's now with corporate culture of an experience of mine building.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine designing, mine building.
Yeah. So Candente is based in Peru. So what's the political climate in Peru for mining companies?
Well, historically, it's a mining country, and in the 90s, a lot of very large mines got discovered and built. So it's becoming a bigger and bigger mining country, even though, as I say, it's been a mining country for hundreds of years. Since the early 90s, it's really expanded, and it's very it's number 5 in the world for production of copper, silver, gold, and tin. So it's now politically, they have the increase in wealth in taxes from the good commodity prices and all the new mines since the early 90s. It's taken a while to get the trickle-down effect and let the people who are poorer benefit from that. So politically, there's still some concerns that some parts of the population aren't benefiting enough. And so Humala is the new president, and he's working very hard on that to change some of the rules, the laws, and just the capacitation of people so that those extra dollars that the governments now have can in fact build roads, build better water, build schools, all those things.
A few months ago there was a change in the tax system, or does it affect your company?
Our IRR at a 225 copper and an 8% discount went from over an 18% IRR to a 17.2% IRR. So yes, it affected a little bit. Okay. But we think it's very reasonable. Because it's a sharing of the profit margin.
Yeah. So could you give us a summary of your existing project?
Sure.
In more details.
Yeah, we have 750 million tons of a grade of just over 0.5 with your copper equivalent, so adding in the gold and silver. And what that gives us is just over 10 billion pounds of copper equivalent.
Okay.
And it will be producing at a 95,000 tons per day rate, which is our pre-feasibility study used. It would be producing 110,000 tons of copper a year, or 260 million pounds. Okay. And that's for a minimum 22-year mine life.
Yeah, okay. So in which status is this project? Is it in pre-feasibility or feasibility?
It's in feasibility.
It's in feasibility at the moment, okay. And what is happening today on the ground?
Today we are continuing with our EIA and some environmental studies. And we are just waiting for a drilling permit so that we can be drilling again. Now at Cañariaco Norte, we drilled off the resource. The engineers always like to have a few more holes in the resource, but most of it, 83% of it's measured and indicated already. But there's two other targets, Cañariaco Sur and Quebrada Verde, which one of them we know is a porphyry for sure. We just don't know if it's economic. It's definitely a mineralized porphyry. The other one, and that's Cañariaco Sur. Quebrada Verde is a nice target. It's got excellent geochem and geophysics, but we don't know if it's a deposit at all yet.
Yeah.
So that we'd like to be drilling there for exploration upside.
Okay. What challenges do you see ahead?
Challenges are standard challenges that hit any mining project. Of course, politics. We're very comfortable being in Peru since the early 90s and seeing the various governments come and go. And as I already explained, what Humala is doing. But politics are politics, and we don't control them. CapEx, future of copper prices, community, of course. Standard challenges.
Okay. How is your relationship to the communities there?
For the most part, it's very good. There are some people that are very nervous about having a mine in their backyard. So we're spending a lot of time talking to those people and explaining modern mining.
Okay.
That we don't contaminate, closed water system. So we won't use very much of the water from the water system, which irrigates a lot of agriculture. But we also won't contaminate it. No water will leave our site until it's cleaned. And in fact, we'll use most of it. It'll be a closed cycle, I should call it. And then once the mine's closed down, then. But everything gets treated before it leaves.
Okay. So do you see Candente more as an exploration development company, or do you see it becoming a production company, or what's the goal?
Our goal is to move Cañariaco along as fast as possible and just not stopping until we get the best for our shareholders. And we are certainly building a team that can build a mine, and I've certainly had lots of discussions with offtake. People do offtake agreements and all the aspects of how we would raise the money to build it.
Okay.
And we're very comfortable with that. Peruvian pension funds have $30 billion and we're listed on the Lima Stock Exchange. Having said that, the odds are that our shareholders might accept an offer of an M&A transaction before we get to build it, and that's fine too, whatever our shareholders want.
Okay. What is the financial picture at the moment? How much cash do you have?
We have just under $20 million.
Okay.
And our feasibility is estimated to be less than that, so we're well funded through feasibility.
Okay. So in closing, why should a potential investor consider Candente?
Well, we're trading just over $1, so that gives us a market cap of about 120 million. Our NPV at Cañariaco at 225 copper with an 8% discount is 950 million.
Okay.
So there's a lot of gap there. And there's a lot of upside, I would say, for our share price.
Okay. Joanne, thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much.